We are out here hunting Skooky Sporched, and I found a sloth. And this is Wonders of the Wasteland, episode 13. But yeah, we gotta protect the sloth, man, against a Skooky Sporched. And yeah, that is an earworm. You have heard it, you cannot unhear it forever. It will be known as Skooky Sporched. That's right. So I'm gonna protect this guy. You guys go check out some camps, and we're gonna see if we can save him. So let's take a look at this awesome build by Lady H, and this one's extremely immersive. The amount of detail is ridiculous because, well, it's Lady H, and she always goes above and beyond. I mean, obviously. So pay attention to all the tiny details. I love how you did the foundation on this. So you can clearly see that the structure has support and everything, but she's allowing that water from the river just to keep flowing right underneath it. She's not blocking it off. This doorway is brilliant. So a lot of times we're trying to figure out how to fill gaps between doors and walls where they meet, and that's the chopping block. That was a really creative way to do that. I like that. Love the living room. Love it. And I love how that looks like a wood burning stove in there. That refrigerator looks really good. Now, that is the communist safe, but she's put handles on it to simulate that it's actually a refrigerator. That came out looking pretty dang good. I like that. The food all piled up on that board over there, that looks very, very well done. I love how you use the s'mores stein and then put it as an actual food item. That was clever. I like what you did in there with the Geck machine. This is well done with the book on the bed. I mean, it's just the iron right here. I love it when you if you build a camp and you have to go hand pick junk, that way you can go decorate it, you know you've done a good job. This right here, she's got the conduit running down to the tub so it looks like that tank would be holding water for your bath. She's got the wash basin with a pitcher in it. There's soap there. There's a light hanging off of that box right there for the toilet tank, plus conduit coming down so it looks like it has running water. I mean, the detail is literally freaking everywhere, you guys. This is gorgeous. I love that. I love seeing that much detail. If you put stuff in your camp that 90% of people aren't going to notice, you're doing a good job. If they walk past it like it's a normal everyday thing, even though it's something crazy, you've done an excellent job. Now, this next one was submitted by Bubble of Doom, and this is a nod to Joski. If you haven't seen Joski, phenomenal builder. And a lot of times, what they do, they'll do these time lapse, and it shows you exactly the process and which things that they've added in what order to create the scenes that they've done. And Bubble did a nod to that, which is amazing. Amazing. The amount of editing that goes into something like this, especially because you're basically making a stop motion film, it is a ridiculous amount of editing. And Bubble, now you know what I go through to make one of these episodes because it is a ton of freaking editing if you want to do a good job. Yeah, I mean you can take shows like this and slap them together real quick if you want, but if you care about what you do and you take pride in your work, it takes a long time, you guys. It's a ton of editing. This is an interesting structure. Bubble always has these really, really weird cobbled together structures. They're odd shapes. And I don't mean that in a bad way. They're unique, you know. It's not your everyday thing. And now you're going to start seeing some of that editing that he was doing, you know. Very cool. See how they're putting all the couches together. You can see how everything's being placed together. And I love seeing that. It just takes so much freaking time and editing to do it, though. It's crazy. This is a really good build. And it's a nod to a really great builder. Humble Trav has been inspired by Joski, and they were talking back and forth there for a little while about a build that Trav had used, you know, one of Joski's ideas for inspiration. And he created a similar shop. You know, he did it in his own style, but it was similar. It was inspired by Joski. So if you have not checked out Joski, definitely go over there. Give them a sub. This is beautifully detailed, though, Bubble. Fantastic job. Well, beautiful job from Lady H and Bubble of Doom. And we are out here, we are still trying to save this poor sloth. Yeah, that's him groaning in the background. So we got to do what we can. It's amazing what we encounter out in the wasteland and try and be heroes and save some random critter, you know? Or at least me. Because, well, I'm a nerd. Oh no, I got to do a stim pack. Bear down, bear down. There we go. Let's check out some more camps while we're waiting. Well, here's one of my favorite things about Fallout. Okay, so this is an Asian style restaurant, and I don't know which Asian culture that he was going for. You know, it could be Thai, it could be Japanese, Vietnamese, we don't know. It's not like our Fallout building assets, you know, you can really get that idea. But I love how you guys reuse some of these assets and create different scenes from different cultures. I love that. Love it. That is okay. So I've lived in the Chicago region my entire life. The only thing I love about Chicago are little mom and pop restaurants and all the little side neighborhoods, and then the museums. That's it. Otherwise, Chicago, you could burn that city. I don't care. I have been shot. I have been stabbed just trying to go to work. Screw Chicago. I hate Chicago. But I love the cultural variety, and I love these little mom and pop restaurants like this. I would totally love to go and visit this restaurant. Thinking about it, like my work career, I spent so much time in Pole Town and Chinatown, and yeah, they have towns that are, you know, referenced like that because it is a very segregated city. It's weird, but I love these little mom and pop restaurants like this. And this coffee, you did a really good job. This place is clean, organized, it looks well done. You could definitely tell that they are serving some sort of seafood. Or, well, in this case, it's probably going to be a radiated catfish or, you know. This is really cool. And again, I love seeing how you guys take just basic Fallout stuff and then turn it into something that is from a completely different culture. That is so cool. I like that experience. I like the variety of life, you know? Beautiful job, Coffee. This one came out great. Now, as a bonus, I could not leave this out. Okay, so obviously, some of you know my background a little bit, and you know that I came from the industrial world. The way that this is designed, the way that this factory is laid out, is extremely legit. Slog, I don't know what you do for a living, but clearly you understand the processes of how a factory works and all the processes in between, from taking that raw product all the way through to a finished product. And we're going to see why. So you have a sluice box over here. It's getting all that ultracite out of there. It looks like you've got a mixer going on here. This is incredibly done, incredibly detailed. And there's more, because in the back there was a foundry. I'm going to try to point it out as we go. So clearly we've got a crazy operator running that machine. But here's your sluice box, trying to get the small pieces of that ultracite. Clearly you can see that they've merged that ultracite into the other stones, and this is how it looks after they've mined it. They extract that ultracite, and then now they're cooking it down in these foundries. From the foundry, you can see that it's coming out as square blocks. Right here, you've got a machine that's cutting that ultracite and reshaping it. Unbelievable. Now, this would be common in a steel forge, but definitely not stonework. But you get the point. Right here, that looks like it's cutting and polishing the top of that table. Here, you're cutting pieces off of this ultracite block. Unbelievable. This is brilliant. This is genius. And no, it's not the most beautiful build, you guys. It's not a clean build. It's, it's not pretty aesthetically. It's beautiful because of its industrial appearance and the accuracy of everything. Right here, you've got a foundry where they're melting that ultracite down. That is cool. It looks like that ultracite is in a sandblast machine. Freaking beautiful. Beautifully done. You have recreated the industrial scene extremely, extremely well. I'm totally digging this vibe. That guy's been working hard, got dirty face. Just from the saws, the mixers, the foundries, it's unbelievable. All the way down to a final product that you can haul off in a giant truck. This is just so well laid out and so well thought out. You put a lot of time in this. Fantastic job. Well, while I'm still trying to save this sloth, let's take a look at a couple of videos that are going to end up being 3-minute inspirations. And I've been trying to save some 3-minute inspirations because I know that the entries are getting sparse. Summertime, we just don't get as much participation because people are outside doing stuff. So let's take a look at what you guys submitted. First up, we've got this one by Flotten. It is a surf and turf shop. And Flotten, you have been at it for a while. You have done some really, really creative builds. I'm loving seeing what you're doing. And this restaurant is no exception. So this is definitely, all these videos that you're seeing, these are going to be in 3-minute inspirations. I just kind of been saving them because I knew it was going to get sparse. Punky Bluester. This is another awesome live market. I love what you guys and gals have been doing with all these aquariums and stuff. There's a sneak peek right there, but you're going to have to watch the video to see the rest of it because this is freaking awesome. And then, last but not least, we have Darn It. This is an adorable farm. I love it, well, except the scorched on the pike there, it is what it is, but yeah, this farm is adorable. I'm digging it. Totally good job. So one of the things I like to do as we're protecting, this sloth here, when Skooky Sporched comes around, I try different weapons, stuff like this bow and arrow that I'm using. I have 0 damage cards on this. I don't need anything crazy. You're just going after Skooky Sporched. But a lot of times I'll test random weapons and stuff like that just to see how they're doing, things like that. And it gives you exposure to different types of weapons, so keep that in mind. But yeah, the bow right now, even with 0 damage cards, it's not doing bad at all. at all. I was screwing around with it a little bit, and I did make a perk loadout for it, and it is pretty much god tier if you do it right. But finally, we have slayed the Sky Dragon. Rah, rah, rah. But we got to go check on this sloth real quick. I have been worried about sloth. And yeah, I'm a nerd. I don't care. I love this location, this little building that's just outside of Mosstown. They did a really, really good job. There's our Scorched. He's our Scorched Sloth. What's up, buddy? You stay right there. I got something for you, man. I know that was traumatizing. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I am fat. I am so fat. I got to get rid of this junk real quick. I am fat. Okay, junk removed. We got to make something for him. That was a traumatic experience, and I don't want to leave him out here by himself. Okay, bat plushie. That ought to do it. That'll make anybody smile. Hey, buddy. Hey, I got something for you, man. I know. You survived, but here. I brought you something so you don't have to be alone out here in the wasteland. Here. There's a little bat plushie in there. He'll protect you from the Scorch Beast if he comes back, okay? You got a flying ally. All right? You calm down, then you can have your plushie. Be safe, man. And this was not staged. I actually play the game like this. Yes, I'm a nerd. If you don't like it, you can kiss my bare ass. Now we have Diamond and the Rough. This is another beautiful build, and it's every one of them, you guys. Diamond it's really, really, it's been impressive. Very impressive builder. The landscaping on this is gorgeous. And yeah, it is partially in a swamp, but she's got the plants out there and everything is blended very, very well. It's not just, a hard line that, hey, here's the edge of my camp and this is where it stops. No, everything's blended in very, very well. Loving that. I love how you did a short section of wall. Okay, so you've got this lower roof section just above the porch. There's a very short section of wall and then another layer of roof. And again, this is another one of those Asian style of builds. And again, we don't know what region of Asia that it's coming from, but you get the point. It has that double roof on there and it looks so good. Look at the landscaping right here. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. The lighting and everything is so on point. You've got your lighting in the right spots where it highlights things. Like lighting up the underside of these leaves and stuff like that. It really, really makes those plants pop and stand out. And that's the thing, guys. You got to think about like your use of lighting and everything. Move the lights around. Try it at different angles. Raise them up. Lower them down, Stand back and then look at it. See where that light is reflecting on all these objects. Keep playing around with it and you'll find a happy spot for them. I love the room dividers right there. It gives this room like a huge open air vibe. This table is gorgeous. I love the seating arrangement. It's well done. You got the incense burners in there. That's what's creating that little smoke. If you didn't know that, that's how they do that. You've got your tea set and a Kit Kat. It's probably making biscuits on that pillow. I love the fountains at the wall. If you look at that back wall, you can see the statue heads. That looks amazing. And now we have the Vi. Now this girl, I am so happy that I actually got to see this completed and finished. because she was in the Discord, she was live streaming the build, and that's something for you guys and gals out there. You guys are welcome to come over here, hang out in the chat, stream your stuff here. It's fine. It's mi casa, su casa. Just don't be a dick. And Vi, she teased us the entire night, just live streaming this build. Freaking look at that. Now, I got to see this in a much less finished state, obviously, because she was in process of building it. This is just freaking beautiful. Vi, you delivered. I said that I wanted to see some, springtime garden stuff, maybe some summer gardening, and you delivered. You did not hold back. She's like, oh, he wants to see some flowers. I'm going to put 10 of every one of them. Just the amount of detail using all the different containers and everything that you have stuffed foliage into. This looks amazing. You did such a good job. Unbelievable. Can you imagine sleeping on that bed, taking a nap there? The smell of all those flowers and everything, it has to be awesome. It looks so good, you can almost smell it. I never thought I'd ever say that. This is amazing, Vi. You did a great job. And I really enjoyed watching you. I love seeing everybody else's creative processes. See how they do things. And you get to compare and contrast it to how you do things. And that's how you end up learning. Share the experience, share the knowledge. This came out absolutely amazing. And I would point out details. This is a great shot, by the way. I would point out the details, but there's so many of them. So, yet another fantastic week from all of these creators. Wonderful job, everybody. Keep an eye out for those 3-minute inspirations. Like I said, I've kind of been stockpiling and hoarding them because I know that, it's summertime. I've been doing this a long time, you guys. Every summer gets like this. It's not a big deal. We'll get through it. But if you've got camps that you want to show and stuff like that, get them in the Discord. Let us see your inspiring ideas. And before I go, you see this scene right here. This is the original build system. This is one of my old builds. Yeah, I still have this camp. Every one of those rocks had to be hand merged. It was not fun. Nope. No, the old build system was not forgiving. But it was possible to create scenes like this. It just took a lot of time, effort, and dedication. Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. I love you. Get your entries in, and I will see you in the next one.